At SKAARHOJ, we are all about universal control, especially when it comes to camera control and shading. But sometimes you can't shade a camera. Maybe it's a recording, or maybe there is simply no control path to your camera. With vMix as your switcher system, that's not a problem. Using SKAARHOJ panels, such as the RCP Pro or a ColorFly, you can shade any input source as if it were a real camera. So in this video, I'll show you how, using some drone footage that has a red color shift and a standard USB webcam connected to vMix. This is ColorFly, and it's one of our universal surfaces for shading. It's very, very compact, and you can shade multiple cameras on this little guy with faders over here. And on the screen, we have vMix. So if I pick I use my camera selector here as also a preview selector inside of vMix that is hooked up. So here we have the drone footage that I want to control. Now, the drone footage and the webcam on the second camera selector, they are both simultaneously possible to control from these faders. So if I move this fader, you'll see that I'm basically shading or reducing the light intake on the camera. Actually, we are cheating a little bit because we are not really changing the aperture of the camera. That's what you normally do. But in this case, because it's through vMix, we are adjusting the gain or whatever setting inside of vMix would, correspond to adjusting the aperture or the iris on your lens. So that's, of course, how it works. And by the way, you can mix and match this any way you want with real cameras if that was the case. Now, let's go back to the drone footage here. I can do exactly the same, also use the fader to do that. I can also use the encoder on top here to adjust the black level, the pedestal. So we get more contrast if we do it like this. Again, it's all simulated. But I promised you that I wanted to shade, so change the colors of these. So I go into the menu for my selected camera, the drone, and I go into gain, lift, and gamma. They are all neutral. So obviously there's this color shift in my source that I need to adjust. So I can use these encoders. I can increase green, blue if I want, reduce red. I can also do it in smaller steps if I want, or larger steps by clicking the encoder. So with some care, I should be able to get some adjustments going here. So, okay, I think we want to reduce the red a little bit and raise the blue just a tiny bit there. That is the gain part of it. I also want the gamma to be adjusted slightly. Okay, now I start to like what I'm seeing here, and then finally the pedestal a little bit right here. So actually I'm pretty happy with how this picture turns out right now. Color shading through vMix parameters. I'm talking to vMix to make this change on an actual recording from a drone. It's not a live footage. While we're here, there's also a number of other things we can do, like we can actually zoom. So there is also an encoder that allows you to do digital zoom in your sources, and it's also located inside along with the color shading parameters in this menu. We have additional things like for this one, because it is a clip you can playback. We also have features like playback pause, so I can actually stop and start. Again, I can also enable and disable looping of this source, specifically because it's a clip that is being played back right now. If we go into the up spot, I have exactly the same things. Again, I can use my fader here to set the aperture, and I can also adjust the pedestal a little bit, and I can go into the gamma. So what do I want to do here? Maybe increase the blue a little bit here on, let me see. Okay, like that. All right, so, and if we can go into positioning, I can also zoom in just slightly. All right, so that is basically how we can shade the cameras using the ColorFly. Same goes for the RCP. Those are our two most popular shading panels at SKAARHOJ. Different context you would be using them in. RCPs would be for full bay, one per camera. This one very compact, lots of OB trucks with limited space, likes that. And just quickly glimpse into the UI of this one. So if you didn't notice, it's a single cable solution, PoE, so power and data over a single cable, and the device is self-sufficient. It talks straight to vMix. There's no other middleman that makes this panel talk to vMix. It has all that power inside of it, and this UI comes straight out of that one. So here we have added vMix globally as a device that we are controlling, and that's what gives us, such as the camera selector. And then I have the drone and the upspot tiny added as additional vMix devices. And if you click into those, I just want to show you tiny detail that we have chosen a so-called model ID called vMix camera. And that is because we want each source inside of vMix to appear as a camera, as if it was a device, to Reactor, which is the software running on the panel. So you see this one connected to that IP address is a camera with an ID 10. And if we open this one, it's ID number 1, still same IP address. So we have, in a sense, 3 connections. I think there's only 1 connection, but it's like for the system, it's like 3 connections, 3 separate devices that we're talking to. Those 2 cameras are then added to our camera selector, which, by the way, if you look, is using the index for these cameras to identify them correctly, or routing index here. I think something like that. Yes. Okay. So that's how it's being set up inside of Reactor, which is the panel management software running inside of the ColorFly. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. You can go to social media channels like LinkedIn, Instagram, X, Facebook, and follow us there. We have a newsletter. We have real human beings that are looking forward to receiving an email from you. So reach out to us if you have any questions about our technology.